folks. We just got to make sure we got all the connections right. Make sure the live streams are right. So we're going to get that in order to begin with. Okay, I'm seeing the YouTube is locked in, which is good. Let me come over here. All right, all right, the Facebook is good. Complete post details. Let's get this Facebook lined up. Okay. Public. Edit. What else do I have to say? Creating a new event. Talk on it. Live stream. Start time is whatever. Yeah, man. Live stream. Can't talk. Yep. Can't talk. Thank you. Virtual. Okay. Facebook Live. That's it. Okay. What are the details? Facebook Live. Okay, we created the event. Working out the details here. Technical stuff. We want to be live on Facebook. Keep saying to create. Complete post details. Post details. Share the story. Public. Created an event. It's not letting me. Apologizing, folks. Let's see here. Let me just get this Facebook in order. Invite people. I'm not inviting anybody. Cancel. Set up to go live. Set up to go. Oh, hold on. What's your live about? Sports. Save. Can I please go now? Why is this not letting me move over? I don't want to. Bro, my apologies here. Trying to get this would be a big if we can get on this. We can get on this. Why is it now? It's starting me over again. Oh, boy. All right, we're gonna battle. We're gonna try for about 5 more minutes. Minimum. We're at halftime in the Celtics game, folks. We're dealing with these technical difficulties. This foolishness. It's telling me to complete the freaking. It's a live stream. I don't want a freaking webcam. I'm trying to go through this software. I don't know why they're making this disconnect that stupid event. Not even able to. What? I've completed the post detail. Post on my timeline. Good. I want to go now. Good. It's public. Stream setup. Ridiculous. Please add a live description. I'm gonna have to watch a YouTube video on this. This is far more involved. Bro, again, let me just give me a couple. Just give me 2 more minutes, and then we'll. Because last time we had some technical difficulties. I just want to make sure. Facebook is fight with me. It won't allow me to complete these post details for some reason. Edit post details. What the freak? Cross post. No, I'm not doing that. Audience settings. What do I need to? Okay, save. I don't want it to be an event. Can't even do that. Any insights here, bro?
What?
It's saying I got to complete post details. What does that even mean?
You just write SandCity Sports.
I did. I put it. It has a title. Your live will also be added to your story. So good. And it's crazy. It's not gonna. My post details are not completed, so I can't go live. Frustrating to say the least. I have a video source. My post details are not complete.
Where are the post details?
It's about, just a quick title here and a bunch of other things, which I did. It says you have no events you're hosting or yada, yada, yada. It's not an event. It's just a live. So on the other side, it won't let me get past that complete post details step. All right, literally it's 9:34. I'm out of here at 9:30. If we can't get this settled by 9:35, I'm done. All that stuff is copied. Now you're saying. Let's see if this will freaking work. You know what? It's my bad. I've already wasted about 10 minutes live streaming with and I'm seeing that the stream is live. I just want to double check on the page to make sure. All right, so we do have a live event going on the page, which is good. Okay. Bro, ready to get started? So it's been 10 minutes, but welcome to SandCity Sports. I am your host, the Cape Cod Kid, artist formerly known as Andre King, and we are back again to bring you all the sports and current events news stories that you need to know. Folks, you've been with us for about 10 minutes through these technical difficulties. I'm a little upset with Facebook and the Facebook Live. It's not, and maybe I should just be more tech savvy myself. I can't blame third parties. It's basic. I didn't watch the YouTube video. I will be watching a YouTube video as soon as this gets done. But I wanted to have the live. It appears we are live on the channel, so this is going straight through. Had an issue there the last time, not having that same issue this time. Very good. We're moving and grooving, and we have a lot to talk about. Bro, what do you think about the first half of the Celtics game?
Just blowout. Kristoff is hurt, though, so little concerned.
Okay, a little concerned with Porzingis being hurt. I'm concerned with my foolishness in terms of not having the things that I need to have. I don't even have my earbuds in, folks. So you're going to have to give me, not only that, I can't even operate a Facebook Live. First 15 minutes of this live stream has been quite rough. But we're going to get it moving and grooving. I got to get my earbuds straightened out. Let's get that. Okay, better late than never. At least I remembered. All right. Okay. Folks, it's all about persistence. All about persistence, folks. This is a Murphy's Law Monday. It's a Murphy's Law Monday. But nonetheless, what are we? 12 minutes into the live stream. You've been with us through these technical difficulties. The Facebook Live doesn't want to get right. Got to watch a video in terms of how to do that the correct way. I'm missing one step, which is extremely frustrating. I was excited about that, but it is what it is. We'll get it for the next time. But now, at the 12:07 mark, I am locked in, and we are ready to rock and roll. Okay, folks, so what do we have here at halftime? Let's get this up here on the screen in terms of where we're at for the Celtics game. Okay, halftime. Look at this imbecile. Bro, we're coming down the home stretch. Celtics with a 13-point lead. 5 minutes to go.
Game's just about over.
All right, this guy's talking about halftime. Let me update Let me update the game so I can get back. But Celtics have a 13-point lead down the stretch. Looks like they are going to take that 3-1 lead in this series. Bro, you've been watching the game start to finish. Any specific thoughts? Anybody that stuck out to you?
I mean, just take care of business. We gotta get back to just the game should not be close, and we gotta dominate.
Indeed. So a double-digit lead, not domination, but certainly 2 bounce-back games after Miami Heat stole Game 4. Any chance that he can come back to Boston and extend the series in Game 5, bro?
No, not at all.
Okay, Celtics have taken back command, not going to let up, and so we're seeing the Celtics advance. I'm going to concur there, and I'd like to see a blowout at home. Now that I think about it, now that I get into my groove, 15 minutes into an episode, technical difficulties and other foolishness, but nonetheless, we navigate those things, and we're going to keep it going. First part of this pod has been subpar, but now we're going to kick it into gear and make it what it needs to be. Bro, Derek White has led the way, as I understand it, in this game, and that speaks to the dimension that the Celtics have. Never mind just Derek White in I believe this is year 2. He came in halfway of last year, if I'm not mistaken. I believe, came in halfway of last year. Very important trade. Brad Stevens not being afraid to give up picks, which we're going to talk about. But to me, the reason the Celtics are going to win the NBA championship, keep receipts, folks. They're going to win the NBA championship. I've been saying that, and a lot of people have been saying that. But the reason I have this confidence, even though the Western Conference is a monster and we have a battle looming, I think Denver's going to close the door, and so them in Minnesota is going to be quite the battle. I favor Denver.
Man, Tatum's down.
Okay, what are we looking at? I'm not there yet for some reason. Hold on. What I'm a little bit behind. What happened with Tatum?
Oh, wow.
Non-contact injury. What are we looking at? What happened?
He shot the ball after the whistle.
Okay, so I'm gonna get that in a second. Tatum, just like that, season's in the. We were so super hopeful, but now everything is stopped on a dime. Okay. Oh, turned ankle. Okay, so that's not too. I mean, it's bad, but it's not too bad. Unintentional. Yeah, I didn't see any intent there, but rolled ankle. Bam talking about flopping. Uh, Celtics with a comfortable lead. Looks like JT is going to try to go. Let me just okay. Let me get my setup right. But he's on his feet, so yeah. That wasn't a situation. Whereas Bam, not a dirty player, pride of New Jersey. Um, Bam didn't kick his leg out there in any way, shape, or form. Tatum just happened to, on a shot, bump. Um, and so I think he's going to finish the game. Yeah, that's your prototypical ankle. It's gonna blow up. Like he's gonna have a baseball. Maybe not too much of a high ankle sprain, but you guys know what I'm talking about when you have those ankle sprains. You know, you get through the game, and the next day, you got like a tennis ball on your lower leg that you gotta heal up. Um, so he's back in the mix. Derek White, ensemble performance, bro. You watch the game. Uh, I'm just saying, this backcourt of White and Drew Holiday, lockdown defenders, capable scorers, both leaders, both steady hands through adversity. This is the reason. Yes, internet connection staying strong. That Celtics. I'm super confident Celtics going to win the championship. Um, bro, where are you coming at it from your perspective? Why are you feeling the Celtics are gonna break through?
Yeah, backcourt is playing extremely strong. I see Tatum. Tatum and JB are. I feel like are just kind of getting into the swing of
Yep.
they get back to playoff mode, and I feel like we're just gonna be improving every game.
Indeed. Do you have a preference between the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round?
I would rather play the Cavs. I think the Magic are gonna win that series.
I think the Magic are the better team. Okay, I'm gonna have to push back on that. I think you want to, get the young Lions on the prowl. Cavaliers, much more of a veteran team led by Donovan Mitchell, also Darius Garland, um, along with Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, young buck on the prowl. But this Orlando Magic team, you're not going to want to. They're going to be much more of a tough out next year and the year after, in my view, with Paulo Banchero, Jalen Suggs, and others. But you think the Cavs? Excuse me. You think the Magic are the better team? They're going to win that series?
Yes,
Okay. And if the Cleveland Cavaliers go out in the first round for a second straight year, do you start talking about moving pieces, i.e., Donovan Mitchell?
I think the Cavs already have some, I would say, chemistry issues.
Ooh, coming from who? Tatum back out there. Okay, ankle sprain, but he's toughing it out. So that's very good to see. We were there was
I mean, if you just watch them play, they turn the ball over a lot.
all right. A lot of turnovers, which really shouldn't be happening with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland in your backcourt, right? You have a veteran backcourt, so these turnovers. If any team's turning the ball over, you would expect that from the Orlando Magic with Jalen Suggs, who, right? People might have forgotten that he was supposed to be a star player in his draft. People might have forgotten that Scotty Barnes was taken ahead of him and has kind of ascended NBA All Star track. Jalen Suggs been doing what he's been doing in anonymity, but nonetheless, I think this series is his coming out party. Okay, he is. There you go. Light it up.
Yeah.
Jalen Suggs, solid. Okay. At the same level as Scotty Barnes, no. Even Scotty Barnes, unfortunate injury, right? Toronto Raptors rebuilding season. I'm surprised that you have less confidence in the Orlando Magic, in the Cleveland Cavaliers backcourt as opposed to the Orlando Magic with really newbies who don't know. You don't know what you don't know, right? How long has Donovan? How many playoff series has Donovan Mitchell been through specifically? How many times playing for Utah has he been on a team that was geared up to make a run to the conference finals or NBA championship? Now he's looking at a situation where he's got back-to-back first-round losses. So you're confident in that take? You're picking the Orlando Magic?
Yeah.
All right, I can't go that far. I like. I'm just saying, with the Orlando Magic, wait your turn. If they do win this series, there's going to be a couple people to your looking for homes because there's just no reason that this team cannot break through. Like we know why they had to lose last year, right? That's because they faced my New York Knicks. So that's a guaranteed L. We're going to get to the Knicks, folks. We're going to get to the Knicks and what's going on in that series and a lot of people who might be wanting to jump on a bandwagon. All right, you can come on now. Okay? Get on board before the 76ers series ends. All right? Once the Knicks move forward to face off against the Indiana Pacers, based on that we're going to get there in terms of what's going on in Milwaukee. A lot to get to, bro. Bro, we got a lot to get to. Feel free to jump in because you see now that we don't work out the technical difficulties, bro, there's a lot to get to in the NBA. We're going to touch on some NFL, but that's down the way. Right? Cleveland Cavaliers, 2 straight losses, first round against, the Knicks, you know what time it is. But against this upstart Orlando Magic team, when you don't have the home court advantage, they're going to start asking some questions about, guys needing homes. And at the top of that list is Donovan Mitchell. You know what the situation is, bro, with Donovan Mitchell? He might want to come home to New York. We'd be more than happy to have him in New York. But I don't know if the numbers are going to work out. You know who else wants to come to New York? Celtics 15-point lead. Make it 17. Okay, commanding lead. It looked like they're going to win by 20. There's been some reports that one of your guys out in Phoenix is clamoring across the country. I don't know if you saw that, bro. That's right, Devin Booker, folks. Today, First Take has been rumored to want to take his talents to New York. It seems like New York is now the destination of choice. I'm all for it. But the fact of the matter is we already got something strong going, and you're going to have to get on board. We're not changing the beat of our drum to accommodate. You heard it here. We're not changing the beat of our drum to accommodate somebody that wants to bring their talents now to the Big Apple, right? That includes Donovan Mitchell. That includes Devin Booker. You know who it also includes? Who wanted to wear the Knicks towel over his back? One Mr. LeBron James. Okay? We're more than happy to the numbers have to be worked out. These are all max players. So how the numbers work out and, Julius Randle, I'm not willing to concede giving up Julius Randle. Okay? But it's got to work. It's got to make dollars. It's got to make sense. I just want to, now that we're on this subject, we're going to bounce back to the first round series, but I'm going to come out and just be 100 with everybody. The player that I want in New York is Mikal Bridges. That's what I want to see happen. I want Bridges. I want La Cosa Nova to be complete.
Bridges not going anywhere. So you can hope and dream. It's like me saying I want KD to come to the Celtics. All right. Bridges is not going anywhere.
Bridges not going anywhere. The Nets are not going anywhere.
All right. Well, Bridges is not going anywhere either.
Yeah, and the Knicks have a boatload of picks and some prospects coming up to the ranks, i.e. McBride. Okay. We're not giving up Mitchell or Hertzstein, so that can end. But McBride is a player. We got picks. We might even bring in a third team. Mikal Bridges is who has an open invitation to come to New York.
Of
Perfect
course, he has
fit.
open invitation.
Open
But he's
invitation.
not. He's not going anywhere. Brooklyn's not letting him go.
Okay. Well, we'll see what Joe
Didn't miss a
Tsai.
game this year.
Yeah. Because he shows up to work. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to AC Green. Shout out to Iron Horses out there. Shout out to this folks that push back on the load management foolishness. Bridges is the number one target. We're gonna make him an offer that they can't refuse. And he's the best target and the best fit. Devin Booker. Bro, are you gonna speak for your man, your boy?
It's not my boy. Not my man.
You're not your homeboy. You see him in Old Town.
No,
You know,
it's not my.
you,
That's not my boy. Or my man.
all right. You see him out at all the spots in Phoenix, right?
The Suns got
Driving.
bigger. The Suns got issues. All right.
Okay, so let's we're gonna agree to disagree on the Orlando Magic Cleveland Cavaliers series. I'm going with the vets. You're going with the young Lions. I'm hopeful for Cleveland. I respect Kobe Altman, the coach whose name escapes me. It's not Unseld, but Bernie Bickerstaff, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of respect on his name, and I would just like to see them have a respect. I'm using that word a lot. A respectful season. Make it to the divisional round where you're going to face against the eventual champion Boston Celtics, and then that's a season that you can. It's not great. You didn't make the conference finals, but this year you weren't going to make the conference finals because that's New York and Boston. Okay, so that wasn't going to happen in any shape of the. But I thought a Cleveland team, had they played their cards right, they could have beat a Milwaukee team. Speaking of dumpster fires, we got a lot to get to, bro. There's a lot of fires raging, and you can jump in at any time. But we're going to leave the Eastern Conference to come to your bailiwick. We're coming out west. Bro, before I go in, because I have some things to say about this. Bradley Bill being on my fantasy team and tanking my fantasy team. I got some things to say about this. Speaking from the heart, in terms of what I've had to go through. Okay, I didn't give up my draft pick. I gave up my draft pick last year, folks. Let me just make sure the live is still going. We still live, folks. Yeah, we live and in full effect. We had some technical difficulties last week. Facebook, you know what I mean? I couldn't get the Facebook live right. This on me. It's not on Facebook. Zuckerberg, I hope you're not watching this. That's my foolishness. Okay, I should have been able to do that, but bro, I'll let you lead off if you want. You seem like you're tuned into the game, which is over, 20-piece by the Celtics. Do you have anything you want to say before I continue with this diatribe about what's going on in Phoenix and the Suns team that was alleged to compete for an NBA championship, but is going home?
I mean, it's just the same story. KD's been swept twice. His last 3 playoff appearances. And so, I mean, we said this I've been saying this the whole season. You run a Devin Booker out there at the point guard as an experiment. You can mess around and play a team that's a team and get swept.
I like that take. Didn't get a point guard at the deadline. Let Campaign go, even though Campaign's more of a scoring guard than a true point guard. You highlight the reason the Boston Celtics, in my view, are going to win the championship because they have 2 point guards, 2 people who can score and pass, but are pass first, team first, and Derek White and Drew Holiday. The reason I'm confident, in the Celtics championship, and Brad Stevens GMing locked up Drew Holiday long term. So this group is staying together long term. Crispy P brought him in after with the work that he did in Washington. People might have forgotten. I didn't forget he had a really good year in Washington last year, getting things back, and that's the Crispy P that we have, who shoots 3-ball and plays defense. But so you're just saying Suns didn't have a point guard, Devin Booker. That's the reason that they imploded, and so it's just a GM type of thing. That no point guard is the reason. That's your take.
Yeah.
All right, and I respect that. If you would bring in, like, who am I thinking of in this modern NBA? Who are the, because you have a lot of guards that are scoring guards, and it's not CP3 that they've been down that road, but they need like a game manager. Who am I thinking of? Who, like a Kyle Lowry, is the type of player that Phoenix needs, veteran, or Ricky Rubio. Years ago that was working.
Ricky Rubio would have been a perfect fit.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio was working. Bring him back from, I think he went back overseas. They didn't do that. Listen, here's what it comes down to for me with the Suns. A, Devin Booker, where's the leadership? before I even get to Bradley Beal, who's washed. Bradley Beal is washed. Devin Booker, you are now in your mid to late 20s. You've been there in Phoenix. I don't understand why Mikal Bridges can show up to work every single day, but Devin Booker is on some Ben Simmons stuff with this load management nonsense. He's young. He's in good shape. There's no reason why Devin Booker should be missing games, and it should be KD against the world. There's no earthly reason why Kevin Durant, who's in his mid to late 30s, can play more games and be more consistent than Devin Booker. You're looking like a rich man's Jordan Poole. Yes, I said it. I'm very concerned about Devin Booker. That's where it starts and ends with me with the Phoenix Suns. I don't want to hear about this foolishness about Frank Vogel, who's a good coach, who's a defense-first coach. You're hearing reports that Frank Vogel is going off as he rightly should, and people are chuckling and laughing in the locker room. You know who somebody would be the top of this list to be chuckling and laughing and acting immature for the Phoenix Suns right now? That's right, Devin Booker. I'm not even getting to Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is done. He's washed. I said it. This was his opportunity to come from a perennial bottom feeder in Washington and finally compete for a championship. Bro, jump in and cut me off at any time, but I'm going off right now. And it's not just a personal angle that Bradley Beal tanked my fantasy team. Where is the next Bradley Beal? Now, never mind you're living on borrowed money. You're always injured. You're not getting another contract. Okay? You want to talk about people that got contracts they didn't deserve? We'll get to Kawhi Leonard. But at least Kawhi Leonard showed up to work this year, played more than 65 games. And now we have you fool me once, shame on you. You fool me 10 times. What is it going to be? Okay, Kawhi Leonard's never going to be healthy in the playoffs ever again. It happens every single year. I'm sick of trying and hoping. And, Clippers, great first half of the year. James Harden deal was going to work. After the All-Star break, it kind of went a different direction. And then, Kawhi goes out of the lineup, and they have to bring him back. That was a big win yesterday against the Mavericks. Shout out to Ty Lue.
1 second, bro. Keep going. I'm listening.
All right, I got things to say. Yeah, we'll see. Live continues. Okay? But at least Kawhi showed up to work this year to earn his contract. Bradley Beal has been MIA, just not playing, not being a good teammate. All these subliminals that we've had. Kevin Durant going through the media early in the year talking about, Bradley Beal needs to come back and be around here. It boggles my mind because Kevin Durant from the DMV, Bradley Beal. Bro, you got some feedback going on here in terms of whatever you're doing.
Okay. All right. 1 second. All right, I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second, all right? I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, fine. You had to wait like 10 minutes because of the Facebook Live. It's not a problem at all. We're live streaming. We're moving and grooving. I blame the Phoenix Suns debacle, first of all, on a lack of leadership from their leader. Guy that's been there from day one. The guy that was up 2-0 in the NBA Finals, playing against a team led by Drew Holiday, who did have a pivotal steal. I believe that was in Game 5. To bring it back to Milwaukee where they closed it out. I'm not begrudging Devin Booker for losing that series, but he's starting to look a lot like a Dan Marino type of a situation, even though he's not the talent that Dan Marino was in the NFL. Dan Marino got to the Super Bowl second year, never went the heck back. Devin Booker was so close that year. The next year, they run it back. They have a great regular season. Monty Williams, a coach. They have leadership. What happened? They ran into Luka Doncic in the Dallas Mavericks, ran into a buzzsaw, and got bounced in the second round, got blown out in the Game 7. People in Phoenix remember that at home. Excuse me. And just like that, you're out there in the middle of the ocean like Tom Hanks in Castaway, and it doesn't look like you'll get back to solid ground and be a contending team again in the Western Conference. Devin Booker, you take the bull by the horns and stay out of freaking Old Town and Phoenix and live in the fast life, in a very, fast-growing, fashionable city, Phoenix, all that other good stuff. No. Leadership should have started with Booker. Now we're talking about subliminals. He wants to come to New York. Yes, we're happy to entertain that. Obviously we got Worldwide West here. We got the Kentucky connection. We can entertain that. I want Mikal Bridges, but I'll certainly take Devin Booker coming to the Knicks. have DiVincenzo come off the bench. You're gonna come up. You want to talk about some, but honestly, I got my questions. Devin, I'm not saying it was Devin Booker, but Frank Vogel is trying to fire up a team and you got people laughing in the locker room. Bradley Beal is number one that was with that laughing stuff. And I'm inclined to think, if I don't hear different, that Devin Booker was the other guy with the foolishness, not Antonio Brown level foolishness, that you have a freaking cell phone in there. But, you're supposed to be a leader, not the first one to point the finger and make excuses. I like what I'm seeing, bro. I like what I'm seeing. You got, you know what I mean? You got the plate, got the Grubhub. Go ahead and get down. Get down on getting, I mean? I got what I'm doing the Hebrew National. I'm doing the Hebrew National, and I got my salad game ready for, what I mean? That's been holding me down. Hebrew National and the salad game. But
Hebrew National.
Yeah, Hebrew National, man. Hebrew National.
Yeah, it's chill. I told you gotta chill with them hot dogs.
Okay, I gotta chill, but that's the Rolls Royce of hot dogs. It's the Rolls Royce. It's not any hot dog.
You gotta stop eating hot dogs. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me upset. You gotta stop eating hot dogs.
All right. But if I do eat hot dogs, I'm going with the Hebrew National. Nathan's is up there. Nathan's a good hot dog. Okay, but we're not gonna. I don't want to. That could be
disgusting. So
that could be a trigger. Okay, so that could be a trigger. I don't want to trigger with the you know what I mean. But take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crap. Phoenix Suns. Okay. Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. You're out the league, bro. You're on your way out the league. Honestly, I don't have the stats up in front of me. I don't know how much you got. You got a little bit longer on this. Oh my goodness, the technical difficulties are continuing. I can't believe, bro. I'm out here acting a fool. We're not even hooked up to power. Let me get this. This is crazy. I apologize, folks. Let's get the power hooked up. I'm wondering why we on okay. Craziness. Almost slipped coming back. I almost slipped, but I didn't. I almost did. This is a Murphy's Law Monday. We almost ran out of power, folks. We got all kind of things going on, but we didn't. We back connected to power. So what are we, 40 minutes in? This is going to be, we definitely going over an hour and a half tonight. We going in tonight. We going in. Wasted your time with 10 minutes technical difficulties. Guy doesn't even know how to do a Facebook Live. That's I'm not proud of that. I'm not blaming Facebook either. I'm not blaming Facebook. Okay. Let me get. Okay, good. Let me get my setup right. Almost ran out of power. Power's connected, so we back. I think that we got a little bit of because I'm going off on Devin Bradley Beal and calling him out of his name, but then look at me. I can't even get basic things organized. So that's not a little bit of karma right there. A little bit of karma, but still, I'll take my hits for the poor organization of this episode. I'm gonna take my hits on that. So rain it down. But Bradley Beal, I'm I don't think I'm exaggerating in saying if it doesn't work out in Phoenix, where's it gonna work out? If he can't make the best of this optimal situation, great city, great weather, owner that's willing to spend. I think Frank Vogel is a serviceable coach. And you know what this says to me that I always do? You always, if they were just in a different environment, everything else would change. What this is showing me and telling me is, Bradley Beal collecting empty calorie stats for all those years in Washington, making all-star teams. And then we, talk about he was going to come to the Celtics and play for the Celtics and possibly replace Jaylen Brown. How's that take looking now? How's that foolishness looking now? They're going to buddy up because, him and Tatum are from the same, Missouri, O.K.C area, and they're going to buddy up and you know, and we're going to get rid of Celtics. It's going to get rid of Jaylen Brown, disrespect Jaylen Brown like they've been doing for all these years, putting Jaylen Brown in these Kevin Durant trade talks. Foolishness. By the way, shout out to Jaylen Brown, who was voted one of the 25 most influential Bostonians. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. Shout out to the Thus organization. Okay. Shout out to the Bridge, partners with emphasis on education, connections in the community. Shout out to JB. All right. And I'm not just saying this, I've always been Team JB. Talk about a pick that GM absolutely, bringing in Tatum, bringing in Jaylen Brown, him, year at Cal. He's from Atlanta, cerebral, very socially conscious individual, drove down to the motherland, back to the ATL during the COVID 2020, to stand with people for social justice. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. I was never a fan of that, in any way, shape, or form. And now it's just, it's good for clicks, but we're going to, bring in Bradley Beal to this. And then how would it have worked if we had kept Jaylen Brown and brought in Bradley Beal with those two? I'm just so disappointed. I seem like an old person, I walked 10 miles to school through the rain. And no, folks, this Phoenix Suns team was supposed to compete for a championship. They got mollywopped in the first round, a non-competitive series. Almost equivalent to my brother's point of what happened when it was Kevin Durant against the world because Kyrie was nowhere to be found and James Harden was MIA, had to, jettison and went to Philly, and the Celtics beat the brakes off of them. But it was KD against the world. It's the same situation. It's KD against the world again. Bradley Beal, he got kicked out, 9 points, 6 fouls, a lot of bad energy and bad attitude. Bradley Beal, you're on your way out of the NBA, buddy. You're on your way out if this continues. And this is not, again, I'm angry about my fantasy team, but you're never healthy. You don't play.
On the stream.
Never healthy.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, man, it's no problem. We're good.
All right, keep going.
I apologize.
Hey, I'm trying to eat dinner. I gotta get off this for a little bit.
No problem. And again, and for future reference, just kind of let me know. So you've been good, but if we ever have to kind of cut it short, so on and forth. So I don't want to mess up the good stuff that you have going. I got a couple more takes that I'm gonna power through.
Well, we can get back on in about
yeah. Jump back on
I just need literally like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can do 5-10 minutes. I just gotta eat real quick.
Jump off and jump back on.
Can I do that? Or just stay in there?
We'll be in the Zoom.
All right, give me one moment.
All right, folks. Like I said, this is a Murphy's Law. This is a Murphy's Law Monday. Started off with my technical difficulties. We're moving and grooving here in the live stream. We're gonna keep it going one way or the other. But technical difficulties, XYZ. Don't try this at home. But we will work it out and make it happen. Okay, so what do we have now? We got the Nuggets are up early on. I slept on the Lakers. I most certainly slept on the Lakers, hook, line, and sinker, in terms of them winning Game 4. Solid performance. They weathered a storm. AD, LeBron. You think that people just want a 1-2-3 Cancun. I respect them going down with the ship. Excuse me, not going down without a fight. They didn't go down with the ship. They didn't just, do what the Phoenix Suns did. As I get my train of thought back. But tonight, the party's over. Anybody want to jump in or say this, that, and the third? By the way, folks, I can't take calls, but I can respond to text messages. And you're always welcome to jump into the chat. I just need to make sure that my live is we're still live. This is good to see. We had the issues last week. And just continuing on, making improvements, progress over perfection, all the different adages. But in terms of the Lakers Nuggets series, and not to just be generalistic and kind of surface level, that was a solid win. Denver is not playing any games. Minnesota Timberwolves are not playing any games. This is the crash course in the divisional round. Honestly, I think this is the Western Conference Finals. As much respect as I do have for the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think that you have to earn your stripes. And as bullish as I am about this team this year, in terms of they're going to handle business, let me go ahead and get the scores. Okay. Okay. So this game is okay. So they're battling it out 63-63 against the New Orleans Pelicans. I got to step my game up here. Okay, we got to get. I'm not as sharp as I need to be, and so now we just gonna. It's on. Okay, but listen, Oklahoma City, the foresight, genius is a little bit tough, because if everybody's a genius, and nobody's a genius. But how Sam Presti has manufactured this young, just powerful, dynamic team. I was going to say juggernaut, but that would have been an overstatement. That, again, is younger than the North Carolina Tar Heels team this year, with a stockpile of first-round draft picks. On top of the talent that they have is, Sam Presti, executive of the year, maybe executive of the decade. Just tremendous respect. And, there's talk now, speaking of, Phoenix Suns, that they have so many assets, they could bring Kevin Durant back to O.K.C., which that would be the dream scenario, right? Because it's not working in Phoenix, even though I think that he's not the problem in Phoenix, that he should stay there. They need to make a decision on Bradley Beal. Now, they're in a very difficult situation cap-wise, but I wouldn't, if I'm Phoenix, I'm not just giving Kevin Durant away to the Oklahoma City Thunder or to the LA Lakers. I'm not doing that. All right? But if he was to leave the Phoenix Suns,
we are back.
Back in action. Okay, bro. Just talking about the Western Conference teams handling business. I'm respectful of the LA Lakers, right? That they won game 4 when they should have otherwise, or they could have otherwise just thrown in the towel. I think the party's over tonight, though, in Denver. That's not a hot take. That's a chalk take. But I just think Denver, defending champion, about that action. They're saying we can't allow Minnesota. Minnesota handle business. We got to handle business, and this is going to be. I think the Denver Minnesota series will determine the Western Conference champion. As much respect as I have, as much respect as I have for O.K.C. And who knows, right? It looks like Dallas is the better team. The Clippers are not healthy. After winning game 1, Dallas, they won game 2 convincingly. They won game 3 to maintain. They were down 30 yesterday. And, they came all the way back and had a chance to win. So Dallas looks to be the better team. Clippers, I just keep pulling for them. I have a lot of respect for Ty Lue. But equal respect to Jason Kidd and that organization and getting the most out of Kyrie Irving. That to me, as good of a coach as Ty Lue is, and dealing with the persistent injuries for Jason Kidd to get the best out of Kyrie Irving for an entire year, going into the postseason as well. Come on now. So let's give Mark.
Well, I mean,
Cuban.
it's ISO ball. Kyrie is never going to be upset playing ISO ball.
Yeah, but the man's been upset. He's
Here
been
we
upset
go.
his entire career.
Here we go, O.K.C. I need O.K.C. to start turning it up, and we need Braun to put up some points tonight. All right.
Yeah, I think Braun is going to have. He's not going down without a fight. He has that pride. So I think I do concur with you that Braun will go down swinging. He'll get.
He's
his
out here
numbers.
putting up a goose egg right now. I can't have that.
Yeah, but it's early and it's not gonna. And LeBron's had a couple games where he's gotten super hot late, where he's blazed the path in the fourth quarter. So I'm also of the opinion he's gonna score his points. And you said that it's ISO ball in Dallas. Well, okay, so they have a space and pace. It's not really. They don't really play with pace. They have a space offense. 5 around 0, right? Five shooters. The paint is empty, and it's a drive and kick offense. They've been running the same scheme since Luka was hurt and Jalen Brunson made a name for himself.
So my take on the Mav Clippers series is I think the Clippers are better role players. You take Norman Powell off the bench of the Clippers, he could start for the Mavs. So when it comes down to it, if James Harden is playing at that level, and it looks like they sparked playoff P to come back out of hiding, I see the Clippers winning that series.
I'd like to agree with that, but they haven't been the better team in the last 3 games after winning game 1. I was team Clippers. This is their year to challenge and even get to the NBA Finals, if healthy. They're not healthy. So you're saying a Clippers team, with just without Kawhi is better than this Dallas Mavericks team. Okay, I think it's possible, but I haven't seen it the last 3 games. There's no reason that the Clippers should have allowed Dallas to come all the way back and almost steal game 4. There's no reason. Right?
Well, there's no reason that they were even up by 30 points. They've been up 30 points twice in this series. So you don't just go up 30 points, 20 points, and for no reason.
Sure.
And James Harden absolutely cooked.
Okay. So
nobody on that roster is checking Harden.
So I think what we're talking about, this is a standoff between 2 mercurial, inconsistent superstars. And you're saying that James Harden is going to continue to do James Harden things, which we haven't seen, frankly, since he left Houston. But what about Kyrie? Kyrie's been on a heater all season. So if Harden all right, so prime Harden has gotten them one.
But then we got to think about this. Ty Lue, better coach than J Kidd. Exponentially better coach than J Kidd.
No, he's not exponentially better.
Yes, he is.
Back to my original point about Jason Kidd getting the best out of Kyrie Irving. That cannot be understated.
Last time I checked, didn't Ty Lue win a ring with Kyrie?
He did. Correct.
So what are we talking about? Give the best of the Kyrie.
And when's the last time we saw that level of Kyrie Irving? When's
the last time we saw
peak Kyrie Irving?
And when's the last time we saw James Harden actually play 2 games in a playoff series at that level? And we saw it last year when he played against Boston. He played 1 game, then disappeared. This year, he doubled up.
Yeah.
And Ty Lue is that guy that brings out the best in his players.
I agree. But the gap between him and Jason Kidd is not sizable, is my point.
It is.
Ty Lue is a better coach, but Jason Kidd and what he's done in Dallas, and I think there might be a little bit of, how shall we say, there's some, because it was Dallas that ended the championship phase for the Phoenix Suns, right?
The Phoenix Suns was a ticking time bomb. Okay. The Phoenix Suns were a ticking time bomb as is. And that was when DeAndre Ayton quit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
but that was a game and a series that they should have won.
They were a ticking time bomb.
Okay, well, Jason Kidd lit the match to get Dallas through in a series and in a year where it shouldn't have happened. And by the way, Jason Kidd also took a Luka-less Dallas Mavericks to Utah to win that series. Ty Lue's the better coach.
When's the last time Utah won a playoff series?
Well, they were winning quite a few when they had their full team under the leadership of Quinn Snyder, right? When they had,
I remember they were the one seed. They were the one seed and got.
When they had Joe Ingles. When
they
had
got bounced.
Donovan Mitchell.
They were the one seed that got bounced.
Okay, you want to go all the way back? You want to go all the way back to the bubble? I don't think they were the one seed that year, but they were up 3-1 against a Denver Nuggets team that we now know is incredibly talented. Okay, so Ty Lue's the better coach, but Jason Kidd is one heck of a coach, and he's listen. I was Team Clippers. Right now, it's a toss up. You got Russell Westbrook acting like old Russell Westbrook. This Dallas Mavericks team is less talented, but they're not. Luka and Kyrie are staying the course, and the Clippers. Which is the better tandem, Luka and Kyrie or Harden and PG?
I think Harden and PG.
And I'm taking Luka and Kyrie. That's what it comes down to.
I mean, we're talking about playoff, one game in, one game.
But it's close to your point because James Harden
and the Clippers have a better supporting cast. So it's not like the Clippers have a better supporting cast.
They do have a better supporting cast, but this is 3s versus 2s. Okay, so Norman Powell and Trey, or Terrence Mann, and this is 3s versus 2s. Dallas offense is quite simple. We're gonna ISO with Luka and Kyrie, and you pick your poison. Either you go 1-on-1 with the league's leading scorer and the best, ball handling scorer in basketball, and you get a bucket from them, or you help and they're going to kick it to our shooters. And if our shooters can hit open 3s, Tim Hardaway, Kleber, on and on and on. Their team is built for drive and kick, and those guys knock down open 3s. That's how they've been winning series for the last however many years. Okay, specifically since Jason Kidd got there. This is what the heck? Okay, LeBron in the open court. The assist. All right. I'm a toss-up. I'm 50-50. But Dallas has been the better team through 4 games. I'm taking Dallas. Okay? So, we have the Dallas Mavericks against, let's say, the Denver Nuggets. All right, Denver.
LeBron has not scored this whole first quarter.
Hold on. What's the 4-5 matchup in the West? It's O.K.C. All right. Denver, Lakers. The 4-5 in the West, and I should know this. Making a fool of myself. Okay, so the 4-5 in the West. Hold on. No. Yeah, the 4-5 in the West is Dallas, O.K.C. 3-6. I got it. I'm back now. All right. I'm not doing too well here.
So LeBron don't want to score. I'm talking about, man. That's crazy.
It's early. I think LeBron's going to score plenty. He scores in bunches.
Uh-oh.
I'm not.
Is that Caldwell Pope? Uh-oh.
I'm not concerned about LeBron.
Caldwell Pope heading back to the locker room.
I'm not concerned about LeBron at all. Okay, so we're just about at the hour mark. 13-13, Lakers and Nuggets. Let's see what we have here. What's going on? Oklahoma City 70-69, end of the third. Okay, Boston wins by a comfortable 14. All right, and let's put some meat on the bone here and scheme some of things. Scheme some of these things out. We've been talking a lot of specifics in individual storylines, and so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna stay in the Western Conference, and we're gonna go series for series. We're gonna talk about the series and who wins it, and then we're gonna discuss the storylines and narratives kind of surrounding this team. Okay, so we're going to go top to bottom. Oklahoma City, the Pelicans. Bro, how do you see this game shaping out? It's a 1-point game going into the fourth quarter.
O.K.C.
Yeah, O.K.C. I'm going to take them as well. Pelicans, you fought the good fight. Trending. I don't know if you can say trending in the right direction because the Pelicans are in a similar situation, to the Phoenix Suns. You can't get your stars healthy. Zion Williamson, as much as we've seen flashes, I'm doubtful that you're ever going to be healthy for your career. You don't get healthier as your career goes on. You're a young man. You can't stay in shape, frankly. He plays heavier than he should be. Okay? Luka Doncic also plays heavier than he should be. We're going to get to Luka. But Zion Williamson, hasn't committed himself to the training and the fitness. You know who has committed himself to training and fitness? Rhetorical question. The league's MVP this year. And finals MVP, right? Folks, check the receipts. Go on the internet. Look at a young Nikola Jokic. Okay? He had a heavier body type than Zion Williamson. And Zion, these are both big people. Okay? So how can Nikola Jokic have the frame that he has? Yes, broad shoulders. He came into game one dressed like, one of the characters from Despicable Me. I respect it. But Nikola Jokic, after the bubble, committed himself to conditioning and fitness and nutrition and the whole 9 yards. You know who else did that? Naz Reid, who we'll get to. Look at Naz Reid then and look at Naz Reid now. Enough said. Zion Williams hasn't done that to date. He's never going to be healthy, and you're going to continue to get what you get. Okay, cut me off at any time, bro. O.K.C. wins tonight. Pelicans, you want to just keep running it back? This is as good as it's going to get for you. C.J. McCollum is a leader. I like Willie Green as a coach, but we've seen as far as we're going to get with B.I. and Zion Williamson. I think you need to consider trading one or both. B.I. is another one that's never freaking healthy. And I don't understand it. How can B.I. never be healthy and Mikal Bridges never miss a game? They have the same body type. It's up here. O.K.C., culture, character, ascending. Pelicans with equivalent young stars. Zion, B.I. specifically, descending. Blow it up. Do something different. Get them the heck out of Dodge. I said it. One or both. Anything on that, bro?
No, I think you got to break that up.
Let's get on with it. Or you can be back in the same thing, playing next year because you're not going to be a top 6 seed because nobody's going to be healthy or want to show up to work, and the same type of thing. You get knocked out by the 1 or the 2 seed in the first round, go home, good luck. B.I. either, I've just, you know what I'm saying? I got to take this call real quick, folks. This is an important call. Bro, you got, I'm going to take this call real quick. Just stay with me. We're back, folks. Apologize. Quick phone call. I had a phone call from the Garden State. Phone call from the Garden State. When you're talking to members of the greatest generation, folks, you can't expect them to text. Can't expect them to text. So I got to take that call. You got living history. Grandfather calling from the Garden State, World War II veteran. So can't text, so I got to take that call. And we're back anyway. Any further takes on O.K.C? We're in this for an hour. Bro, thank you so much for being on. I apologize again, as I said, for technical difficulties to start the show. That was 10 minutes of your time. Very patient. Bro, if you got to gobble, you got to go off the stream. Just go off the stream. We don't want to interrupt. You're good. That was the guest room. You kind of let me stay in the guest room when I had to travel there. But anytime you got to do what you got to do, just jump off. And you can jump back on. Get your Grubhub. We're on your time. We really appreciate you being here consistently, so we can get this thing off the ground. Bro, your braids looking good. When's the last time you got your braids done, bro?
I got them done a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks. How often do you get them done?
Probably I try maybe once a month.
Once a month. Straight. I'm on my 5th year of my beard journey. How long how long you been growing your braids?
My dreads. Yeah, coming on 6 years.
6 years. Wow. All right, it's going strong. Beautiful thing. My beard journey, my 5th year journey. You got the dreads. Respect it. A little bit more goes into, I just kind of keep it with the oils and whatnot, but a little bit more goes into having the dreads. But it's a style, it's a look, it's a culture, so on and forth. And 6 years onto your journey. All right, so we're gonna move over to this Lakers Denver series, which we're watching right now. I got Denver closing it out tonight. What do you got, bro?
I got Denver closing it out. New Orleans though is looking tough.
What do we got in the fourth quarter? What do we got?
New Orleans is up 5.
Ooh. Up 5. They're battling. They're feeling the love. Even though New Orleans is not a good home team, better team on the road. Interestingly enough, we'll see how O.K.C handles this adversity. I'm sticking with Oklahoma City, but shout out to New Orleans. Shout out to these teams not going down without a fight. Okay, I can respect it. Denver Lakers. Are the Nuggets closing out tonight? You might answer this question.
Yeah.
They're on an 8-0 run. Are they closing it out tonight?
Yeah.
All right. Likewise. Just too much. They've been the better team. I just think the Lakers, they're going to run out of gas. LeBron gets his numbers. Lakers run out of gas. Denver moves forward to play against Minnesota in the divisional round of the Western Conference. I'm taking Denver experience-wise. I think it's going 7 games. This Minnesota Timberwolves is for real. This is a for real team. And we'll get to them more in depth when we get down to how they mollywop the Suns. But I think it goes 7. I'm gonna say advantage Denver, just being the defending champions. I think that Minnesota's a year away from really, really, really contending. But they take the defending champions to 7 games. How do you see that series?
I see Minnesota. Yeah, that goes 7, but I see Minnesota winning.
I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I'll get to that more in depth when we talk about Minnesota Timberwolves and how they've built this thing up. And, the Knicks are clearly my team. There's no two ways about it. I love Denver because I love Mike Malone and their blue-collar mentality and how they've built, what they have. Christian Braun off the bench, Caldwell Pope, the right pieces. But I have a tremendous respect for what's going on in Minnesota, which we're going to talk about further. All right, the Lakers bounced again in the first round. Where are we going from here, bro? I'll tell you right now, I think that Jeannie Buss is in a bit of a bind, but not as much because, something, people are not clamoring and the Lakers are not getting the pressure that really other organizations get to win championships, that they honestly should. right? The Lakers are kind of getting a pass right now. They've been mediocre at best since the bubble, and nobody's really talking about like the Lakers have, that Oklahoma City has surpassed them, and Minnesota has surpassed them, and Dallas has surpassed them, and the Clippers have surpassed, that narrative. The Lakers are just, but they're profitable. They're like the Dallas Cowboys. They're interesting. LeBron is the gift that will never stop giving, because he's a very savvy person and he's charismatic and all the rest of that stuff. And so with the Lakers, if they were interested in winning, they would blow it the heck up. But the Lakers don't do rebuilds, they do reloads, okay? And what has to happen for the Lakers, long story, a little bit, they have to get Trae Young, period. They got to get Trae Young. Donovan Mitchell. But something, we talked about this, Trae Young doesn't fit. Because that would move LeBron off the ball, and LeBron can't play off the ball. So you say, okay, you got to get Donovan Mitchell. You know what Donovan Mitchell does a lot of? ISO threes. That's what he does. He shoots like 15 threes a game. Their offense is him shooting threes and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley getting rebounds. That's what the Lakers need to get another star. But who is a star that can play with LeBron James? Zach LaVine poking his lip out in excuse me, as upset as I am with Bradley Beal. You want to talk about somebody I'm furious with? Zach LaVine and his antics, playing for a good coach in Billy Donovan under a good general manager in Arturas Karnisovas in the third largest city in America. And Zach LaVine, you're a worker coming out of UCLA. You're gonna thumb your nose at that and freaking rage quit and be a bad teammate these last couple of years, even though I haven't had Lonzo Ball. I'm done with you. Okay, you're another one that if Zach LaVine, you go to your next you go to your next destination. I don't know what team would even have you right now, frankly, because all these teams are on the come up. So what's a bottom feeding team? You think the Spurs want Zach LaVine? Absolutely not. Why would I even think about taking a chance? You think an upstart team like Masai Ujiri, bro, cut me off at any time. Wants a Zach LaVine? Absolutely not. You're gonna be you don't have a destination, Zach LaVine, all right, for your freaking contract, and then nobody's paying you money for this immaturity that you promoted. Yes, immaturity, because Billy Donovan's a good coach and you have a good organization and you're in a historic city, right? Preposterous. So Zach LaVine comes to the Lakers. What do you get from that if you're the Lakers? He doesn't fit. They need somebody to play off the ball. Who's a superstar that's going to be willing to play off the ball? Giannis?
Nope.
Because by the way, folks, we haven't even gotten there, but Giannis is forcing his way out. We're going to get to that storyline. I don't think that Giannis's injury is significant enough for him to have sat out this entire series. We're going to get to that. And you see, it's quite coincidental that Dame played the first two games, and then he's like, oh, guess what? Something hurts. I can't play game 3. And you got Doc Rivers out there by himself, and Bobby Portis gets, dumpster fire, which we're going to get to soon enough. We're staying with the Lakers. Bro, jump in at any time. The Lakers are they're in quicksand, but they're not getting any, but nobody's really paying attention, so they can just keep sinking lower and lower. You know what they're going to do, bro? Everyone knows what they're going to do. They're going to draft Bronny James, and they're going to run it back next year, and it's going to be the same borderline bad team with an interesting sideshow that's going to have the same result. They're going to get swept or gentlemen swept in the first round if they even make it out of the play-in tournament. And LeBron's going to have his subliminals. LeBron, honestly, if I'm keeping it 100, and I got to do this respectfully because I have so much respect for LeBron James, but LeBron is more focused. That's really, really, really hot take. LeBron is, I think the word I need to use here is content. Bro, jump in at any time. LeBron is content right now with these longevity achievements, most all-time points, and most games, and maybe he even makes a run at most assists, even though John Stockton has that record far out from anybody else. He's content with going for these longevity statistics, and in the meantime, building his global conglomerate. He's got the new podcast with Mind the Game with JJ Redick. He's greenlighting all these awesome films. Did you see that film with Adam Sandler on Netflix that that LeBron was the executive producer? Bro, did you see that film? Yeah, I only saw half of it. It looked pretty good. It looked like a good film. He's doing all these things. Space Jam. LeBron is content. Longevity statistics on my 9 to 5, and mogul, billionaire, trendsetter, cultural force, i.e. Michael Jordan with his Jordan brand. Bro, Michael Jordan made $300 million last year from Jordan. 300 mils. before like royalties and all the rest of that stuff. That's why LeBron's never going to win the GOAT debate because Michael Jordan is still exceedingly relevant. That's what happened. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the reason people don't consider him the all-time great conversation is because he wasn't charismatic and he wasn't marketable, even though he belongs in the top 3 conversation. People don't know, they don't understand the impact that he had on the game going all the way back to Power Memorial. They don't understand unless you're a nerd, basketball nerd or whatever. Okay? But Michael Jordan continues to have a place in the mind of the youth of America just because of the strength of Nike and Jordan brand. But LeBron is on the same track. So back to the Lakers, they're going to be a sideshow next year. I'm hoping, and something we'll talk about more because we're already an hour and 15 minutes and there's no end in sight for this pod. And let me just go, let me just go to live stream. Still pumping out. We're still live on the live stream. We had technical difficulties. I don't even know how to do a Facebook Live. That's on me. But we pumping out the live stream and we write. So that's amazing that I was able even to get that right. The Lakers are going to be a sideshow. And what I'm getting at here is I'm just concerned, and I'm using that word concerned. I hope Bronny James, because he's not going to, it's going to be rough for him next year. He doesn't have a place in the NBA. He's not a rotation player. So what's the point of bringing him to the NBA to send him down to the G League? You might as well just stay in college. But he has to come to the NBA because of this like manifest destiny with him playing with his father. So Bronny James is going to be on the NBA court next year. You want to talk about Wolves? You want to talk about Lambs to the... You want to talk about this? I was going to say Lambs to the slaughter. That's a little bit harsh. The Silence of the Lambs, folks. Shout out to Anthony Hopkins and Julia Foster. Great movie. Thriller. Jarring. The Silence of the Lambs. That's what's going to happen. That's what bringing Bronny James to the NBA's, far before he's even ready. Okay? So I'm just hopeful for him as a young person, support system, all the limelight, Caitlin Clark handles the limelight very well. But she got the limelight because remember, folks, we wouldn't have this Caitlin Clark phenomenon how South Carolina did what they were supposed to do and beat them in the semifinals in the Final Four last year. Let's remember that. We might have had, like, she might be coming into your consciousness now, but we wouldn't have if Aaliyah Boston got her second national championship like she should have, and they won that game, then Caitlin Clark, this whole – but it is what it is. I'm happy for it. But my point with this is Caitlin Clark handles the limelight well.
Let's go, Braun. Hey, we're rooting for Braun tonight. We need Braun to give me 25. I need Braun to give me 25, all right?
He's going to get it going. He scores in bunches. I have absolute faith. He's going to go down with a fight, and they're going to lose the game. I don't know if I'm highly skeptical that Bronny James is going to be ready for the spotlight, but I hope he is. You never hear from him. He seems to be introverted. It's going to be a lot of spotlight on him. But maybe, he's playing his cards right. Maybe this is a Michael Jackson Thriller situation. But Michael Jackson had the Jackson 5 before he, had his masterpiece with Thriller. So he had, right, that was like a Beatles situation. That was an outlier situation. He did his 10,000 hours, and then he became Michael Jackson with Thriller. But, he was building up to that for many years. Bronny James has never been in the limelight front and center, and now he's just going to be thrust in the limelight next year. I'm very skeptical. It's not a good look, and that has nothing to do with shade or anything else. Just the numbers don't add up to me. Period. End of story. But that's where the Lakers are going to go. That's what the Lakers are going to do next year. They're going to be a sideshow. They're going to be profitable. They're going to be interesting, and they're going to lose. Anything else on that, bro?
That's it.
Okay, 3-6 series. We talked about this. It's over. Minnesota handled business. The Suns have gone fishing. Minnesota's in there. The respect that I have for them making the Rudy Gobert deal, overpaying for Rudy Gobert, being a laughingstock, people, and then now everybody's forgotten about that. Because this is the team that could get to the finals and really give anybody, including Boston, a run for their money because they have it all. They have supreme size. 7 foot and 7'1", and both of them are versatile, can get out and guard 1 through 5. Yes, I said it. They can both guard 1 through 5. Cat with his jersey roots, and Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, they can both guard 1 through 5. Rudy Gobert is a rim protector, plays around the rim. Cat can shoot the 3 with anybody. This team can rain down threes, maybe not at the same clip as Dallas, but with similar potency. Jaden, I hate to bring up bad news, bro, but Jaden Daniels did hit that 3 down the stretch. I'm sorry to bring up what happened. I'm sorry, but he did hit that 3 down the stretch. You know, Nas.
What are you talking about?
Jaden Daniels hit that 3 in the corner to end the game last night.
I had Minnesota.
Okay, but you live in Arizona.
That's fine.
Okay, all right.
I root for the Celtics. And my heart doesn't.
Right.
I'm not. Come on now. I'm no Suns fan. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
I'm far from a Suns fan.
Okay. But in terms of Minnesota, this team, they're just the complete package. No team has that match of size, shooting, defense. And by the way, that's why they were the number 1 seed in the East. Excuse me, in the West, and they would have been had Cat not gotten hurt. They're going to give Denver all that they want. I'm just, you want to talk about GMs and organizations that do it the right way and make bold but prescient moves. That is the Timberwolves. You know what organization does not make bold and prescient moves, bro? And jumping in any time here. I'm going off. I'm gonna continue to go off. We in this live stream for an hour and 20 minutes. I got more to say. We haven't gotten the Eastern Conference or the NFL. Jump in at any time. You know what team makes stupid moves and there's stupid money at the table right now? The Phoenix doggone Suns. Okay,
I don't even want to get back into talking about the Suns, man.
So we don't have to get back into it. What they shouldn't do is fire Frank Vogel. That's ridiculous. Because he's a good coach. And all you do by firing good coaches is empower bad players. Okay? Where the heck is, Atlanta's going to make the right decision and get rid of Trae Young rather than firing their second capable coach. They already got rid of one good capable coach, Nate McMillan. Okay? And now you have another very capable coach in Quinn Snyder. They're not going to be the stupid money at the table, as I said that twice, and get rid of a good coach. They're going to get rid of Trae Young. For the Phoenix Suns, get rid of Bradley Beal or bench him or do something. He's bad. Okay, unless he has a transformation, unless he has some self-actualization that goes on. Bad body language, bad chemistry, just bad. Put him on the bench, send his behind home, and trade him. But you're in cap jail because you don't have the flexibility to get the other piece that you need. But you know who you need to get? Ricky Rubio or a doggone point guard. And just run it back. Get rid of Bradley Beal. He is persona non grata. Build around Durant and Booker. Admit you made a freaking mistake and get a freaking point guard to have a functional team. You got Nurkic. You got Gordon. You got pieces. All right. Keep the coach. Bench Beal. And move on. All right. The 4-5 matchup. We're done with the West now. Okay. I'm picking the Mavs. I just, as much as I have respect for Ty Lue, and I have no problem with them winning the series. And I think Ty Lue could even, if he, both of these teams are going to give Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is going to 7 games next series against either of those teams. But I just feel that the better play. I'm more confident, and this is crazy because I'm not a Kyrie guy. I'm not a Kyrie guy by any stretch of the imagination. But listen, Russell Westbrook going off, the Clippers playing out of character. That's not going to work, folks. I'm expecting Kyrie Irving to go on a tangent. But when Kyrie Irving is the calmest person in the room, when your team is more out of control than Kyrie Irving, you got freaking problems. So that's why I'm going with Dallas in this series. Jason Kidd, you want to talk about somebody that got an opportunity too soon to be a head coach, then got his act together, was an assistant coach for the Lakers when they won the championship in the bubble. Then when he got his next opportunity coming in after Rick Carlisle, who's a great coach, and they made the right decision, and he has just been lights out. This is a guy that's been destined to coach, the basketball, a point guard his whole career and always had the vision and the understanding and, like a quarterback who becomes a coach, i.e. Harbaugh, the Harbaughs. He's done a tremendous job. You have to give credit where credit is due. I don't trust Kyrie Irving at all. What he's gotten out of Kyrie Irving this season, Mark Cuban, the whole organization, how you got, we're not talking about like playoff Rondo. We're talking about like you got 08 Rondo. You got the best of Kyrie Irving over a long period of time. It's just miraculous. And holding out hope that continues, I'm picking the Mavs. It goes 7. Kawhi, never going to be healthy. Clippers, stop with the foolishness and the antics. That's not, you're acting out of character. Russell Westbrook, you'll be right back out of basketball if you mess the situation up. You've been a good citizen. Now you're reverting back to old Russ. Well, then you're just going to be out of the playoffs and you're going to be out of a freaking job. And I don't even know why Steve Ballmer drank the Kool-Aid and extended Kawhi Leonard. I don't even know why he did that, even though he's the richest owner in team sports. I don't know why he extended Kawhi Leonard. You knew, and Steve Ballmer, and, all that Microsoft, and AI and all the rest of that stuff. You could, somebody to tell you this guy's probably going to get injured again. Don't give me this talk about you need stars. You could have got rid of Kyrie. You could have got rid of. You could have because again, bro. You know who would be a good fit in with the Clippers? Donovan Mitchell. You know who would be a good fit with the Clippers? Devin Booker. You know who would be a good fit with the Clippers because you got Ty Lue there to put a system.
No. I'll stop you right there. Devin Booker would not be a good fit with the Clippers. No.
You get rid of Kawhi and you bring in Devin Booker. That fits perfectly. Kawhi, you get rid of Kawhi and you bring in somebody else. Yes.
I don't see that working at all. I don't. Devin Booker thinks he's the point guard now. He goes there and plays point guard with James Harden.
No,
come on now.
Playing the
you know basketball. You know basketball better than that. No, that's not going to work. No, absolutely not. No way. No way.
Because you have Ty Lue there to make it work.
You're telling me if he couldn't play with Durant, he could play with Harden? No way.
Devin Booker's not the problem in Phoenix. Problem in Phoenix is Bradley Beal and the lack of a point guard.
No.
And his immaturity.
The problem is they played Devin Booker at point guard. That wasn't going to work. You're out there running an experiment, period. End of story.
So end the experiment.
They were the worst team in the fourth quarter because they had no point guard leadership.
Okay.
So we don't need to keep talking about the Celtics. End of experiment. They got swept by a team that has a point guard.
True. Mike Conley, aging point guard, serviceable point guard. Very true. Look, Clippers, get your okay, fine. I don't know. I'm just, that you could have went to the new stadium, brought another star, and you move forward. You're basically locked in now.
Kawhi gives you the best chance to win, period. On a game in, game out basis, you're in LA. You need to put on the best possible team that you can put on the court as possible. And Kawhi 30% is still better than a lot of players in the league.
All right, good take, bro. The best ability is availability. And I don't trust Kawhi. As much as I respect him, he's had struggles in his life.
Well, he brought a ring. He brought a ring to Toronto.
He did.
So,
shout out to that ring in Toronto.
So he did. He brought a ring in Toronto. So, we don't see the work that goes in on a day-to-day basis to even get out there and run.
Shout out, hey, respect, but you fool me once, shame on you. You fool me 10 times, shame on. You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 10 times, shame on me. Kawhi, as you know, you would if he was going to resign with the Clippers, you take less money, you hit the road, and I'm bringing somebody else in. Okay, I'm not continuing with this. All right, let's move over to the East. We're an hour and a half into this Facebook Live, because I didn't do my homework and get the research that I needed to do. That's on me.
All right, what's up? Hey, hold on one sec.
You can zoom out. Okay, let's go over to the East. Bro will be back. Celtics, okay, just cruised away. They got the W by 20 against Miami. Back on track. Miami, Spoelstra, Pat Riley shooting the lights out in game 2. There's been a course correction. The Celtics championship march has returned. Close it out in game 4 at home in Boston and give themselves time to rest, because it looks like Orlando and the Cavaliers are going to 7. As far as Boston is concerned, it's about the health and the wealth. That's for everybody. Obviously, you got to be healthy. But I think as these series continue, this backcourt is why I'm hook, line, and sinker. All right, they can defend. They can just they don't have the size, even though they brought they got some big guys coming off the bench. Forget the big man who they extended, so he has his he's on the roster for the playoffs. Who's an athletic big. I forget his name.
Hydration station. You drinking your water, bro?
Station. Yes.
So you know what I think. Lakers, bro, we gotta get you on a meal prep.
Yeah, meal prep for sure. Because again, it's not. And I've even recognized that. I nibble, and I have one big meal late when I shouldn't, because my body then your body doesn't have a chance to break it down. So meal prep for sure. Boston, they close it out. They give themselves a time to rest. We go from there. Miami Heat, you couldn't fool them this time. You couldn't fool them this time around, and you were going to lose either way. Either it was going to be my Knicks or the Boston Celtics. If you're the 7 or the 8 seed, Miami, get the heck out of the play-in tournament, please.
Man, LeBron is just not playing aggressive tonight. What is going on?
Yeah, it's early. I'm coming back to that, and I think he's going to get his points in the second half. He's coasting now, and he's gonna come out in the second half and score. That's what I'm sticking with. Miami, get Jimmy Butler back healthy. You got Terry Rozier, which was a big pickup, and then you just stay out of the freaking playing.
Right, that's good right now. What's going on?
You made it work last year, and then you tried the same thing this year, and then you ran to Boston, and so there's no reason why the Miami Heat can't get the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. I know they have their strategy and resting guys and guys being ready for the playoffs, but even if they had Jimmy Butler, they weren't going to beat the Celtics, and they would have challenged the Knicks, but they're not going to beat the Knicks. It would have been challenging, if they were healthy. Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, Jaime, Bam, on and on and on. Get the heck out of the play-in. If Miami got the 6th seed,
foul.
Right, then they play the Knicks in the second round, and we got something going on there. But 7th seed, 8th seed, not going to happen. All right, moving on. We know the Knicks took the commanding lead in Philadelphia. That's my team, so we got to talk about the Knicks. Big win, but here's what I want to say, and then we're gonna just because there's so many things to get to, and it's not we're not even start with Jalen Brunson. We're not starting with Jalen Brunson. We're going to start with Tom Thibodeau and the defensive adjustment that he made, putting the last OG on Embiid with Precious down the stretch to completely throw the Sixers, who were the quicker team. Well, they're not the quicker team because Embiid can't move, but just completely befuddled them. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau and that defensive adjustment. Also, what Tibbs has done is when Hartenstein, because Mitchell Robinson's out because of the ankle twist, which was dirty, Hartenstein plays right underneath Embiid. That defense, and Embiid gets a couple cheapo depot fouls, but Hartenstein plays right underneath him. Why? Because he cannot move.
What? I'm about to say, man, if that Joker hit that shot, I would have been.
Cannot move.
Be aggressive, Braun. Oh, Bronny.
There's a little bit of tape delay, so you're a little bit ahead of me with what's going on. But it is what it is. It's not a tape delay. It's just you're a little bit ahead in the Western Conference. Okay. Thibodeau, the defensive switch, huge. Knicks still had some empty possessions down the stretch, did enough to get through and get the win. We got timely scoring from people. We can continue to get timely scoring, not having Randall. McBride stepping up. OG stepping up. DiVincenzo. So we're getting scoring. I would like to see Bodega. That's the new name for Bogdanovich. I would like to see Bodega take on more of a scoring role because that's what he does. He gets buckets as it goes on. But Jalen Brunson, playoff career high, and Knicks record 47 points. Jalen's going to get his buckets. He's going to be the straw that stirs the drink. People need to start putting respect on Tom Thibodeau's name when it comes to what he does with point guards. People need to start putting more respect on Tibbs' name. The slander has not been forgotten. Coach that the least liked coach in the NBA. You can take that to the bank in Cancun for all you bums that aren't playing right now. That's my favorite coach. He has people show up to work and he gets maximum results.
Maximum results until they play the Celtics.
Yeah, okay, fine. And that's been my stance this entire time. They're not where the Celtics are. Had Julius Randle been there, we would have taken Boston to 7. But he's not there nonetheless. You look at, and it wasn't even a top 3 for Coach of the Year. Foolishness. Respect on Tom Thibodeau's name. That was an outstanding defensive adjustment. How he's covering Embiid. Granted, Embiid is hurt, but still, that matchup, slowing down Tyrese Maxey, getting out to defending the 3-point line. Tibbs teams, we're going to close out. We're going to make multiple efforts. And the Knicks, now it's going to be a battle. But I have them closing it out in Game 5 in the Garden. We know what time it is. This battle of the Northeast, this battle of the Iron Horse. Get on that Iron Horse, get to the Big Apple, get back on the Iron Horse, get back over to Philly. It's a beautiful thing. Born in the great state of New Jersey, family in Philly to this day, family in New Jersey to this day, grew up in Rockland County. Don't throw away from the Big Apple. It's a beautiful thing. The Knicks close it out in Game 5, but it's going to be a battle. We cannot take this Philly team lightly. Nick Nurse knows his business, and this team, they're a proud team. Max is on the come up, and B's battling it out through the injuries. It's going to be a battle, but I got the Knicks getting ahead. But no shame on Philly, and B just hasn't been there, and it's a question Listen, does Embiid want to leave? Does he want to stay, bro? Jump in at any time. I think he, grow where you're planted. Nick Nurse knows his business. Tyrese Maxey's a star at 2. They got nothing. Well, they got, who knows how that James Harden deal worked out. That you essentially got very little from Ben Simmons, correct me if I'm wrong, but still, this is a complete team. Not a complete team, but a team that has what they need. I love Oubre. I love Batum. They have the piece that they need to continue to be competitive in the Eastern Conference. Okay, let's move on to this 3-6 series. Bro, jump in if and when you need to. Giannis wants out. We're coming down to the tail end of the pod. Okay, we can talk a little bit of NFL. Giannis wants out, period. I'm making that clear.
The Pacers
Giannis
are done.
Wants out. The Pacers would have beat them even if they had Giannis. I was taking the Pacers anyway, but the fact that Giannis is not going to play a single game in this series with a calf strain, a mysterious calf strain, no. I think I'm not putting any.
Hey man, that calf stuff's no joke.
Okay, calf stuff.
KD,
I got you.
KD, towards Achilles playing with a calf strain. So
yeah. Okay. I got you. No joke. Right. No joke. So Giannis, I'm not casting dispersion, but I think him sitting out right now, I'm not casting dispersion. I'll say it again. It's a power play. And you know something? It's a ridiculous power play when it comes to Giannis because all the moves that the Bucks have made, he has signed off on. So now
I think Giannis is hurt. I mean, the same thing happened last year. You got to figure out what's going on with his calves.
Respect it.
I don't think that's a power play.
And I'm coming at it from a different perspective. I think, okay, calf, this, that, the third. He at least tried to come back last year in that series. He at least tried to come back. Your man is in street clothes. He's in the comfortable, the comfy clothes like there's no tomorrow. He's in the comfy clothes like there's no tomorrow. And then with the Bucks, you see Giannis is out the first 2 games. Guess who's out game 3? Dame time. If Dame's like, if this guy ain't playing, I ain't playing neither. Okay? So you're going out in the first round, and it's just an absolute disaster. Giannis, you got to take some accountability here. You tried to play GM. You should never got get rid of Drew Holiday. Not only did you make us, give us a championship in Boston, but you brought in a piece that didn't fit. Dame doesn't fit with you guys. Period. End of story. Then you have a first-year coach that couldn't handle, Dame more so, but also Giannis, So you had to bring in a veteran coach that can handle stars, but he's a lame duck. Doc Rivers is a lame duck.
Oh,
he can organize the ship as best as it can be organized, but he's got a sinking ship. Doc Rivers and Frank Vogel are in the same situation. They are top-flight coaches in terms of the business and the science and the art of coaching. But they have teams that are asunder because their star players, what did Jeff Van Gundy say? Special consultant for the Boston Celtics. The most important relationship on any basketball team is between the coach and the best player. Most important relationship. That's why T-Mac wrongfully ran Jeff Van Gundy out of Houston. Should have never happened. But that allowed for Tom Thibodeau, lead Van Gundy assistant, to be scooped up by Brad Stevens, and the rest is history. Garnett wins Defensive Player of the Year under whose leadership? That's right, Tom Thibodeau. Shout out to Brad. Shout out to Danny Ainge. Great job in terms of spotting and bringing in coaches. Found Brad Stevens and brought him in after Doc. Stole away Will Hardy, brought him over to Utah. Man knows his business. The Milwaukee Bucks don't know any business.
Oh, we're getting close to an hour 40. All right, we heading on an hour 45 minutes.
Hour 45 minutes. We in here. We're doing it. We do the live stream. We on it right now, folks. Fact of the matter is,
we get ready to turn. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Yeah, we're wrapping up here, bro. Thanks so much for being here, bro. And before we're not gonna get to NFL too heavy or at all this time. We're gonna wrap it up, bro. Again, thank you so much for being here. Going forward, just jump off. Just jump off when you need to. Get your bike. Just jump off. I really appreciate and you know what I mean. So just jump off the Zoom anytime you need to.
We got Wednesday. We got NFL because I'm excited about this draft. So we got some NFL to talk about.
Yeah, it'll be Thursday because I got a
school meeting. Okay.
I got a school meeting on Wednesday, but it'll be Thursday. We'll get back onto it. I'm gonna power through, and then bro, you can jump in at any time. We're an hour 40 going to an hour 45. Milwaukee, they're in the it's gonna be the same situation that Dame had last year because Dame is gonna try to force his way out, and I just think, and then Giannis is gonna be unhappy too. I don't know if Giannis, it's just you can't get rid of both of them honestly. But I just think it's going to be a protracted. Giannis is going to be very unhappy, putting up his subliminals. Giannis, you did this to yourself. Take some accountability. You did it to yourself. You should never got rid of Coach Bud. You should never got rid of Drew Holiday. And now you see what you get. So Dame, Dame's going to rage quit. Giannis, they're not going to give up Giannis. So Giannis is going to try to rage quit too, but they're not going to be able to give up both. It's just an absolute disaster. Somebody Giannis take some accountability. And then just try to keep that core and see what you can get. Middleton's got to go. He's old. He's injured. Dame's got to go. He's unhappy. But what can you get and how can you're really best case scenario, they're going to be worse than they would have been with Drew Holiday. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, Giannis holds out and they just try to go through the lottery and get Cooper Flag. That's the worst case scenario. This year is a disaster. Next year is a disaster. And you try to get in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Which doesn't really work with Giannis' timeline because he's trying to win now and you don't win with, the stars of tomorrow. So, tough sailing.
I agree with that.
4-5 matchup. I'm taking the veterans, Cleveland. You're going with the young guys in Orlando. I think this is a great series. A lot of people getting a chance to see some of these young stars, particularly Jalen Suggs, Paolo Banchero, and what Orlando has done. Jamal Mosley, the right coach, how they play for each other. They go 10 deep. You got a lot of guys that could be stars in other teams or starters making, getting more points, i.e. Cole Anthony, i.e. Jalen Suggs, i.e. the Wagner brothers. But they play for each other and it works. And they've gotten to this point to be in the playoffs, to be in a competitive series. Cleveland, you got to get it done as far as I'm concerned. You can't be letting these young upstart teams knock you out or else you're going to have other questions about we've seen this and we continue to see it, and we don't have much options outside of getting rid of Donovan Mitchell. The bigs are they play big, so they're not going anywhere. Darius Garland, fits there. He works. It comes down to Donovan Mitchell and versus, if you can keep just letting him run around and jack up as many threes as possible and just go ahead and get the rebound for him. My internet connection is just trying to reconnect. We're stabilizing. We're back stable. All right, bro. Closing thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I keep saying we can't do this, and you've been consistent in terms of holding down the program. Thank you for your flexibility and your consistency. Again, we're going to work out these little glitches. I need to learn how to, do the technology. Anytime you need to jump off, just jump the heck off. You don't have to, and so on and forth. Bro, closing takes?
Indiana closes it tomorrow. We see how the second half goes with the Lakers game, and then Thursday we discuss round 2 possibly.
Thursday we will discuss round 2. We will discuss the NFL draft. That's gonna do it for us, bro. Folks. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.